It's the same thing on the bench. If we have good connection with our back, our elbows are going to place themselves. We just need to Hey guys, Coach Ben here, bigbenchas.com, and today I want to touch on the common topic of, am I overtucking with my elbows on the bench press, what that might look like, and what we'd go about doing to fix that issue. Alright, so the first question we have to answer is, are you overtucking on the bench press? Because it may be that you are fine, and then it may be that you are definitely overtucking, and that's going to put you at a disadvantage in terms of force transfer into the bar, because now our joints aren't going to be stacked properly. All right, and that is going to be a leakage of force, which also we're not going to be as connected to our back in that way. Okay, so first thing we're going to take a look at, am I overtucking, what that might look like. All right, and it's both a positioning issue and it's also going to be an activation issue. So if I'm overtucking, common signs: leading with the elbows too much. So if I first just break down with my elbows, and it always looks like my elbows are way under the bar, or to exaggerate it like this, okay, that's a definite overtuck. All right, so common sign is if you break with the elbows first, you start leading with the elbows instead of really trying to lock the back down and pull it into position. All right, like how you do a row. All right, so also if you're overtucking, you're thinking elbows in too much. Elbows in is a common bench shirt cue. So lifters who compete single ply, multi-ply, wearing the bench shirts, we need to tuck our elbows more and more as we get down to our belly. That's common. If you're a raw bencher though, you don't want to think elbows in. That's a poor cue usually for a raw bencher. All right, so if we're set here and we're thinking elbows in, elbows in, elbows in, it turns out at the bottom, our elbows are displaced inside of our wrists. You know, we don't have stacked joints at this point. So if I put load on this bar, it's not gonna feel so great. As opposed to, boom, if I was stacked here, I feel much more powerful to fire through the bar. Okay, if I'm tucked in here, I'm gonna have a hard time firing through everything because that force isn't getting dispersed back down into my body. All right, so again, what would look good would be this. So if I think about squishing my shoulder blades into the pad and I just settle straight down here, this is good alignment. All right, I'm tucked underneath the bar just a minute amount in order to fire the back. All right, so how do we go about fixing this? Well, one thing we have here is what I call torque bar. It's just PVC, half-inch PVC is easy enough to bend, but we're just going to work on creating back activation. Because just like in a squat, you don't necessarily have to think knees out. As long as you think spread that floor, you're gonna have good hip tension. And as long as you're connected to your hips, your knees are gonna place themselves. You're not gonna have to worry about it. It's the same thing on the bench. If we have good connection with our back, our elbows are gonna place themselves. We just need to travel down with that bar. All right, so this is gonna help us get a better connection with our back. Just practicing bending this PVC. All right, so I'm bending it around towards my toes. Okay, so I'm not just trying to bend it with my wrist because that won't feel good and you'll see my elbows flaring right away. So if this happens, we're not doing it with our back, we're just kind of bending. If this happens, you can see my elbows don't move much. My tricep turns in, my armpits close off, but in terms of my elbows, they're not firing in. Okay, so here's the difference again, guys. This is just twisting on the bar without my back. Elbows are gonna shoot in. And this is going to be me using my back. You can see the elbows stay put. They're gonna place themselves. I don't have to worry about it. I'm connected with my back. All right, so this is a very valuable tool for that. Another thing that we can do is practice spreading the bar, all right? So if I have a band here, I have a micro mini band, I can put my hands through here to remind me, spread the bar. Okay, so if I put my wrists here to set up, this is going to get me thinking more about creating outwards force. So instead of thinking too much with the tuck, some lifters overthink that. We're just gonna think spread. So you're just thinking about spreading that band the whole time, and that's gonna help keep our elbows in a better position, because it's gonna essentially take our mind off of that. All right, guys, so those are 2 effective strategies in order to keep you from tucking too much with your elbows. Again, having good alignment, elbow under wrist, that's gonna be big for force transfer. All right, Coach Ben here. And you know where to find me. You can meet me on a bench. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel over here. Check out the links in the description box below. You can see a video related on this topic right here, and then our latest video right there. Thanks for watching.